is our first training program for this evening, for this Toastmasters year. And I would now like to call to the virtual lectern, our Toastmaster, Najuba Nelson, to do the prayer and invocation.
Good afternoon, District 81. I trust you are hearing me okay. Can I get a thumbs up? Wonderful, wonderful. If we could just bow our head in prayer. Father God, I thank you for having us here this afternoon for our very first PR training for the Toastmasters year. It's always a pleasure and privilege for us to meet together in your presence and to advance not just your cause, but the cause of Toastmasters. We're here today to grow in Toastmasters and through this beneficial training, grow Toastmasters. And I would like you to cover all the participants and especially to our organizers and presenters this evening that they do a fantastic job with your blessings and grace. And before I hand you back over to Toastmaster Sweden, I have a very short quote that I would like to share with you all this afternoon. And it's from Viv Segal of Stephen Martin. PR means telling the truth and working ethically, even when all the media wants headlines. No, the public wants is scapegoat. Public relations fails when there is no integrity. So it's all about us going out there and representing Toastmasters to the best of our ability, always so with integrity, one of the tenets of Toastmasters. Back over to you, Toastmaster, please.
Thank you, Eddie Nelson. Before we begin, I would like to request that all persons online, please be on mute. And we will take questions in the chat at the end of our training. Wonderful. I would now like to call to the virtual lectern, DTM Martis, to welcome our trainer.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of our district public relations team, I'm thrilled to welcome you to our inaugural training session of the year 2025-2026. We're honored to have with us today our guest trainer, Angela Afich. We also extend a warm welcome to our esteemed District Director, Tashi Brown, and Public Relations Manager, Milushka Rosario, Admin Manager, Francesca Burnham, and our immediate past District Director, Elka Price. A special acknowledgement also goes to our dedicated logistic manager and team for their support. My name is Laurella Martis, a distinguished Toastmaster and member of the PR team committee. We truly appreciate your choosing to be here and thank you for joining us. This training marks the first of many of the PR team with hosting. Our primary goal is to serve the district in all aspects of public relations. But just also importantly, we want to empower you, the members of the dynamic district, with the knowledge how to help your clubs stand out and effectively leverage the Toastmasters brand. Today, we are incredibly fortunate to have a highly successful past district public relations manager sharing her expertise with us. Angela Afich joined Toastmasters in 2021 and quickly rose through leadership ranks. She served twice as Vice President of Public Relations, as Club President, and as Division Director. Most recently, she was the District 71 Public Relations Manager, playing a pivotal role in achieving distinguished district status. Beyond Toastmasters, Angela is a highly accomplished corporate events architect, the visionary founder behind the innovative event platform Event Booth, and inspiring author of the Blister of Bliss. Let us welcome to the virtual lectern Toastmaster Angela. Welcome, warm welcome.
Thank you very much, L'Oreal, for the very warm welcome. I really appreciate that. And thank you very much, District 81, for having me this morning. It's evening for us, though. I'll just share my screen. This session is going to be very interactive, and I'm hoping that we all get what we plan to get from this session. It'll be nice if my name is Angela Afieye, as Laurel has introduced me before, so I won't need to go into that detail. I was the recent PR manager for District 71, and District 71, we called ourselves District 71 Brand Builders. And I've chosen to stick to it because I love it very much. I'm still very much of a PR ambassador for District 71. And I suppose we are all PR ambassadors and we are brand builders. The theme tends to remind us that we are brand builders. We're building the Toastmasters brand as much as we're building ours. So we'll just dive straight into that. Bill Gates said, if I was down to my last dollar, I'll spend it on public relations. This goes to say how important it is, our role is as public relations experts. And it says how important public relation is as a profession to business and as well, I suppose Toastmasters in this case. Communications is at the heart of everything we do. Our role as VPPRs, PR managers, and I suppose district public relations managers as well, is not just about speaking, it's about being heard, understood, and remembered. I think one of the goals that I had for the district was anyone that sees our brand and sees anything related to Toastmasters will always tend to remember us, either because of our initiatives, because of our posters, or because of the things that we do as Toastmasters. At the end of this session, you'll know how to use PR to grow your club. You'll also know how to design a PR plan and have a basic understanding of Canva. Now, one of the things I hear every time, and I think that's one of the greatest problems we have within Toastmasters, is that everyone says that Toastmasters is the best kept secret. As PR professionals, how do you think we can change that? I'd appreciate some messages in the chat box, please.
Madam PRM, I will monitor the chat for
Thank
you.
you.
So I look forward to lots of responses. Wearing your pin, someone's written in.
That's very important.
Advertise to the public, be more visible, share wider than the Toastmasters community, mention it whenever you're on the social media pages, market to non-Toastmasters, talk about Toastmasters will create brand awareness, visibility, and sharing about Toastmasters. So good selection of ideas there for you, Madam PRM.
Thank you very much for those responses. Thank you very much. Those and more are, well, ways that we can really change the narrative of Toastmasters being the best kept secret. And I believe that we are all doing this in our little way, yet there's still a lot of people that do not know about Toastmasters. So what is PR generally? The public relations is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their public. This is the definition from the Public Relations Society of America. In my own layman's language, I say PR is the art of being known, liked, and trusted before even people meet you. PR is what people say about you when you're not in the room. This is a quote from Jeff Bezos. There are different elements of PR, but for today, we'll just be looking at just 5 of them, which is reputation management, ensuring people view your organization positively through consistent messaging and brand image. The second one will be media relations, building relationships with journalists and getting positive media coverage, e.g. press releases, interview, and articles. I did quite a few of that in my year as district public relations manager and got a couple of my team members and people across the district to do that. And I thought that really went very well within District 71 in getting out the words of Toastmasters. Then crisis communication is a key element as well. Managing and communicating effectively during challenging or reputational risk situations, because definitely those situations can occur. As a PR professional, you have to be equipped to be able to manage these when they arise. Then storytelling, I think that's very important, and we did quite a bit in last year. And this includes sharing real, relatable stories and highlighting your brand, people, and impact, such as the hashtag my why. I think that was a very good campaign that we did last year, and that works really well. So storytelling, stories kind of stick, with people when they hear them, and they find it very difficult to forget them. Community engagement will be the last one I'll be sharing tonight. Creating goodwill by interacting with your audience, supporting causes, and showing leadership. PR basically focuses on end exposure. This means that other people talk about your brand because you've kind of built trust, value, and interest. Toastmasters is 100 years old. So thinking about it like that, how many organizations that do not really give value that would last 100 years? So it's an easy sell for us as PR professionals. Now, another activity. Write down the names of 3 big brands that come to your mind immediately. Don't overthink it. Just the first ones you remember. Past district
They're
director.
coming thick and fast. Coke, KFC, Nike, Amazon, Coca-Cola again.
Great name.
IKEA, Samsung, Apple, Dell,
Great.
Pepsi. Yes, they've got the McDonald's, yeah.
Good. And why do you remember them?
Their logo, slogan, marketing, they're all over the place. They're visible, the color. Nike, just do it. So yeah, consistency,
Yeah.
nice word.
I have some of those myself. So when you see the Apple sign, it's Apple. When you see McDonald's, it's McDonald's. When you see Microsoft, you just know it's Microsoft, and the Nike as well. When you see the pass mark, that's Nike, and same as Coca-Cola and other big brands. These names, sometimes you don't even have to see the names, you just know them by their color. That's the power of branding. And this brings us to Toastmasters brand and why we need to maintain consistent branding, consistent voice, using the primary colors and the colors, Toastmasters colors, using the fonts and using the right voice. You see that some people use the logo differently, but there are ways that we should use this. We're not going to go much into the branding today. I just wanted to mention it so that we'll understand that these brands that we talk about every time part of what keeps them that consistent, that visible, people always remember them, is because they have the same colors every time, the same logo every time. They are the same things that you see. If McDonald's was green today and you see McDonald's somewhere else and it's blue, I don't think that people will remember them as much as they do. But that's consistency about it makes it something that we remember. Our brain just helps us to compute them easily if we are consistent with the colors. So for the VPPRs today that are here, when I joined Toastmasters and put my hands up on my second meeting to be the Vice President Public Relations, I had no clue what branding was about. So there's always room for learning. No clue what branding was about, no knowledge of Toastmasters colors. I used to make very pink, nice, very girly posters. I used to bring all the plants and all the flowers, all the roses in my posters. But when I got to understand the brand, I knew that I had to do things differently. So I just thought I should mention this before we go into deeply into the training. So it's very, very important that we are consistent with the brand colors, the use of the logo, the voice, and the fonts as well. Now, just a quick tip. PR, marketing, and advertising. So sometimes people confuse these three. PR is really focused on reputation management and building credibility through earned media and storytelling. You find that a lot of the articles you write and send to the media, people, the journalists take them up and post them for you. A lot of those articles don't really have to pay for them. Our marketing is focused broadly on creating demand, developing strategic campaigns to drive sales and customer loyalty, while advertising is a subset of marketing, focusing specifically on paid communication to promote products or services directly. So why does PR matter for Toastmasters? Can we have some messages in the chat box, please? Do you have anything coming in, Elizabeth?
Yes, it's starting to come in thick and fast. Attracting new members to let the world know.
Yeah.
To sell what we do. We teach communication and PR is about communication, growth. Good one. Definitely need growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it helped to promote the TI program, education, and so on. So some good answers here.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. PR is not just a nice to have for your club, but it's an essential leadership tool to help you grow, thrive, and inspire. It builds brand awareness. Many people still don't know what Toastmasters is. They've heard the name, but they don't know we offer a practical, affordable way to develop your communication and leadership skills. So PR helps us tell that story through social media, press releases, community outreach, so more people will understand our mission and get involved. Has your club ever been mentioned in your local or community newsletters? If yes, what was the impact? Can I have some answers, please? Has anyone ever had their club mentioned in the local media or community newsletter?
Yes, in the newspapers, mentioned in newspapers.
Okay.
Never had that experience.
What
Yes.
was the impact?
Yes.
For the person that's had it mentioned, what was the impact? What did you think after it?
That's from Shivani, who said it. Oh yes, on TV. We got persons to join after being on TV. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then newspapers to celebrate anniversary. So some interesting ones there.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing that. The Second reason why I think it matters, it helps us attract new members. You can see what the impact it did for you when you went on the TV or when you did your you got mentioned in the local newspapers. And when people see the stories about confident speakers, personal transformation, or Toastmasters events, they are drawn in. PR shows the human side of the program and invites people to be a part of something bigger. I remember how viral kind of that our hashtag my why went last year. And some people that did not know about Toastmasters, they saw the hashtag my why, not knowing that I was even the PR manager, and they were talking to me about it. So using testimonials, reels from meetings, and success stories on your platforms will definitely spark interest. It also strengthens credibility and trust. People trust what others say about you more than what you say about yourself. That's the power of earned media. When a journalist covers your club, a business leader endorses Toastmasters, your credibility skyrockets. So think of one credible partner, maybe a local newspaper, a community influencer, or business network your club could engage with this term. It might be inviting them to come to your club to speak, and you put the picture on your flyer and share with people. One of the clubs in District 71 last year, they had the mayor in, and I think they've still had that relationship, with the mayor. PR as well helps us to showcase member success stories. PR gives your members spotlight, share their growth stories from shy to confident, from nervous to award winning. It motivates them and inspires potential guests. When people see people doing well, I know how I started, and I have a few people that can still tell my story, and they say a lot of things differently now because they think that I've grown so much in the last couple of years that I've been in Toastmasters. So showcasing member success stories is a huge one. So start with a member spotlight series on social media or your club newsletter. That will help. Then drives engagement and event attendance. Planning a contest, open house, or workshop, PR is your megaphone. With the right promotion, clear messages, consistent branding, and strong call to action, you can double or triple your event turnout. We had a lot of hands on deck when we were having our master classes last Toastmaster year, and we had people from every side of the globe. We had some of the classes that we had 380 something people, and that was not just only me, it was the PR team, it was everyone within. Part of my goal when I started was to, as much as get new members in, was to ensure that we engage the members and increase member retention. And I think we achieved that. So PR helps a lot with driving engagement and event attendance. If you post an engaging video teaser 5 days before your event, add a countdown to your Instagram stories. I remember our 100 minutes for 100 years event, and I did a countdown from the 100th day up until the last day. And I think that helped as well. We had the PR ambassador, we had the newsletter for the centenary. That centenary, we really tried as much as possible to celebrate it in District 71. We used the hashtag my why. We did a lot of different things. So you don't have to be a great designer to create an impact as a PR professional. You just need to have the right blueprints. Doing a great job and not telling anyone is like winking in the dark. Only you knows what you're really doing. So that's a sample of our newsletter, and that was the invites we created for our 100 years celebration meeting. So this would be my own 3 top PR goals, right, for Toastmasters, which is 1, to promote the club visibility, attract and retain members, and highlight club culture and member achievements. We've talked a bit about this in the previous slide, so I'll just go on. So the PR blueprint while we're here. I have 5 PR blueprints for you today. 1 is the purpose. you know what you want to achieve as a PR professional. I wanted to retain members, get the members engaged, and attract new members. That was one of my goals, right? The second one is people. Define your target audience. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to professionals? Do you want people from the community? Are you talking, what age bracket are you looking at? Toastmasters is a place that we welcome from the young to the old. So everyone is accepted within Toastmasters. But as a PR professional, you know what your club is focused on, right? And you want to attract the right audience. So if you want to have the young professionals, you want to know that you're going on to LinkedIn. If you want to have people from the community, Facebook is a good place to get a lot of people. In fact, the crowd in Facebook, they are mixed, right? So you want to determine the right platform where that's your target audience is. If they're on Instagram, they're on LinkedIn, or they're on Facebook, or you want to put your ad on the local media because you know that that's where they go to, that's what they read. Every time you just target the platform and document whatever platform you want to use. Then the fourth one is planning. As a PR professional, we always say as project managers that a project without a plan is deemed, well, set up for failure. So you always have to have a plan. When I started as a district public relations manager, even as VP PR, I didn't have clear plans or clear strategies for my PR campaigns. I was just going as I thought it was going to be. But as a district public relations manager, I recognized the importance of having a plan, and that really helped drive success within the district. So as a VP PR, you're getting it firsthand now. I didn't get this. So it's an interesting one to have. It's very important that you have a plan. It makes it easy for you and to even plan your content as well as delivering them. Then in terms of promotion, which is the last one I have as a tip, is what tools are you using? Within the club now, you have the scheduling tools within Facebook that you can post on Facebook and it comes up on Instagram. So you can use that. And well, if you can afford it or you're coming from the district level, tools like Hootsuite, constant contact for email messaging. I found that the email messaging worked really well. So even as much as we're putting it out on social media, we could list the event and we'll get 100 people. But when you send the email to them, it comes directly to them. Some people are not on social media. You get double the numbers really with the email promotion. So you want to determine as well, what tool will I want to use? How am I going to use this tool? What's the purpose that I want to achieve, first of all? Who are the people that I'm talking to? What platform is going to help me drive success? How am I going to deliver this? Am I going to use member success stories? Am I going to do the newsletter? I think the newsletter is really, really great because people are motivated when they see that they are celebrated, right? And they want to do more. So you want to also use the newsletter as a tool to encourage people that are not even taking up roles. They see what people are doing, they see how people are enjoying it, they see what other clubs are doing, if it's at the district level, if it's at the division level as well. People tend to see what other people are doing and they want to mirror it. People see all the engagements that is going on across the district and they want to be part of it. So I think the newsletter, well, is a great tool. I think member celebrations as well is a great, member testimonials, so storytelling. So one of the other things I did was in my plan, I had the hashtags for each single day. So sometimes I don't post every day, but if I'm posting on a Monday, I know that I have my hashtag Monday motivation. I had Thriving Thursdays. I had Feedback Friday where I shared member testimonials. I had Storytelling Saturday, so I had all that in the plan, even if some Saturdays I don't have to post, but when I needed to post, that kind of showed, that was made it look very, very consistent as well. So jot down your club's top 3 PR goals. You can put that in the chat box. Is there anything coming in, Elizabeth?
Yes, this is starting to come through. Attract more members, more visibility, keep members engaged, attract new members. That's featuring a lot to create awareness. Attract, keep, motivate.
That's very good. I
That's
really,
excellent.
really
Yeah.
like
Keep
that one. Yeah.
create trust and curiosity for the club. Membership credibility. Spotlight members, engage in social media, goal to promote more of our clubs locally, convince potential members of the benefits of being a Toastmaster, create curiosity.
Thank you very much. I really, really like that one that says attract, keep, motivate, because we don't really want to stop at attracting the members. I think we want to keep them, and we want to keep them motivated as well by celebrating them. I did a lot of incentives last year, and it was, for me, at some stage, for the people competing, it wasn't about the incentives, what they were going to get, but everyone wanted to participate, everyone wanted to be mentioned, and I think that drove a lot of engagement within the district. So I really, really like the attract, keep, motivate. As we're attracting the people, we want to keep them, and we want to figure out different things to keep them motivated, keep them wanting to talk more about Toastmasters, keep them wanting to share about the good things that happen within our Toastmasters community, keep them wanting to renew their membership, invite people, their family and friends to come and share with them what they're enjoying within Toastmasters. So now that you have identified your top 3 PR goals, the next step will be to plan how you're going to achieve these goals, right? And it might be very simple, like an Excel sheet that I had. You might want to use Trello, you might want to use any advanced tools. But the main thing is, when you know what you want to achieve, work backwards, have a plan and act. So one of the things I always say is that people connect with people. It's very important and very good when we do our flyers and we'll send it out. But the engagement as well, it's very good. Like the #MyWhy campaign that we had, thanks to Nola O'Connor, because she drove that in District 71 last year. The problem really that everyone is facing is, they're afraid of public speaking, they are not confident. I was very, for me, it was, I want to do better presentations at work. And we had different people giving testimonials about this in their #MyWhy, why they joined Toastmasters and why they're still in Toastmasters. That's a good campaign that you can run across the district, even within your club, that you're sure that people will find, and that's a good way to attract members, right, to the club. So the problem is they want better presentations at work. They want to be able to talk to people more confidently. They want to be able to show up confidently, and their action is, well, I suppose, join Toastmasters. And at the end of the day, they'll see the result. So people connect with people's stories and people's testimonials. I cannot overemphasize the power of human stories. So it's a good tip as well for you to use. So there are several content ideas that work. I put up a few here just to highlight what we did last year in District 71. So we had the member spotlights. So with the member spotlights, what I saw happen most was people were liking it. The people mentioned were liking it. They were sharing it on their own pages. Their friends were liking it. People were commenting and congratulating them. So the word was just spreading without us having to necessarily pay for it. Yeah. And with the testimonials as well, people that were outside Toastmasters were listening to it. Some had bad comments. Some had the good comments were the ones that we focused on, and it spread like wildfire. And quite a few people that had never really heard about Toastmasters heard from those testimonials. Then our meeting themes were another thing that, well, within the club, for example, I always plan them as VPPR. I plan them at the start of the year and share with the committee member to see if they are committee members to see if they are happy with it and if it suits what the club's mission and vision was. And I always tried to use catchy themes that will attract people, not restricting it to things like pathways, except it's an internal thing. You want to use things that will inspire people to want to attend your meetings. Then a lot of behind the scene photos when we're preparing for your meetings, or even after the meetings, what happens afterwards, how the meeting went. Those are good contents that will work. Then you can take quotes from different speeches, and do invites. So we had other things too, because sometimes as VPPR, I remember when I started, one of the challenges I had was knowing exactly what to post. So you could celebrate your club's success, you could celebrate your club's age. So another big thing I did for District 71 as well was I went through the dashboard, got all the birthdays of all the different clubs, and I created flyers for them. So the club members were liking it, they were sharing it, and people were commenting on it, and it kind of drove some kind of engagement. Then that was a poster we created as well for our PR Masterclass series. We had an external person who is a PR professional, Kajitan, come to deliver. He's very good. So I think one of the things that drove the class as well was that he was well recognized. People knew him for his good work and registered and wanted to attend his class because he always delivers value. So that might be something you want to try even within your club, your division, your area, or as a district as well. Then we had the incentive 80/20 membership. We had different other incentives. We had incentives for VPPRs. We had incentives for another one I thought really worked well for me was the open night incentives. They were having a lot of open nights across the district because it was incentivized and people wanted to really celebrate and get people to come into their clubs. And that's the one for the division director of the year. That's celebrating your members as well. So there are different tools and tips for PR, which is which is indispensable. We have Canvas. We're going to be looking at Canva very briefly at the end of this session. We have Facebook events. So when you create your meetings, you can go on Facebook and create it as well as an event and get people to invite people to attend. You can do that as well on LinkedIn. And I think that really drives people when they see the number of people that are attending, they want to attend as well. WhatsApp group, there are different groups within our district and outside the district as well that's PR related, where they share things about PR. There is one very good one that they do TI designs. There are lots of people. I think that group should be full at this stage, but there's so much resource that is shared within that group. So as a PR professional, try and join one of those groups. When you even create your designs, you can throw it into the group and get people to, well, criticize it or tell you what they think about it and how you can improve on it. Then email templates as well. It's good to always have them. Even as VP membership, I find that it's useful to have a template that you send to your leads, as well as so that email template bit, I would say that goes across for all committee members. It depends on your role and what you're trying to share or what you're trying to the message that you're trying to get across. Then using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is new, and some of us use it some people use it for the wrong reasons. But I think it's good to generate copy quickly, generate text as well for your PR campaigns, and it helps as well in generating ideas. You can ask ChatGPT of different ideas. You can describe your club, try and personalize it as much as you can, describe your club and what your club stands for, and get ChatGPT to give you tips that you can use to attract members to your clubs and step by step how you should go about it. So it's very important that you look at it very well and be sure that it aligns, whatever ideas is given to you aligns with the Toastmasters brand. So as part of your homework today, I want to challenge you that you should try as much as possible, create one Canva this week, post it, tag your club, plus, well, I suppose other club members, and let's see what the ripple effect is going to be. Try out the member testimonial one as well, and I would like to know what the outcome of that is as well. Then where to get help. So we have the district PR resources, you have the Toastmasters branding portal, you have the PR WhatsApp group that I talked about. Even within our own district, we have the brand builders PR group as well. You can join that, and you can also share different things there as well. Then you have free Canva tutorials. You can check on YouTube. There are different, a lot of Canva tutorials available everywhere. So today we're going to go briefly and look at Canva, why we should use it at Toastmasters. I think Canva is a great design tool. You have the free version and you have the paid version. Previously, Canva used to give something for free for Toastmasters. I don't think they do that anymore. So we'll go briefly to canva.com. And I'll show you quickly how to create a poster using Toastmasters branding templates. We looked at the colors and we looked at the voice. I can just share a couple of designs that I have already. Then how to add your logo and how to add photos. And I would like to take questions before I stop sharing the slides and go to the web.
Madam PRM, do you want questions in the chat, or do you want people to put up their digital hands and ask the question?
Well, mix of both. I think I would like to hear other people talking too.
Yeah, okay. So you have Toastmaster Mimi. Is your hand up for a question?
Yeah, can you hear me? So
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so as a VPPR, I was emailing my club members to share their Toastmaster journey. There are people who's been Toastmaster for a long time, and they're like, confident and want to share stories, but especially newer members, they weren't like feeling like they want to share. So after I went through like 4 people, then I stopped getting responses from other club members. And I think like what I struggle is getting the, testimonials part. I, request, but I don't always get the response back. How do you handle that?
Thank you very much, Mimi, for that question. I think that's a very good question, because that's one of the things that we struggle with as VPPRs, and even at the district level too. It's difficult to get people to make videos and put in their testimonials. So 2 ways to go about that. One way, you can use your club meetings, because sometimes it's difficult for people to own up that I am not tech savvy, I don't know how to go about doing a video. And sometimes too, they can do the video and they think that they don't look good enough for the video. So you can offer them the text version, which was what I did last year. So for the #MyWhy, some people sent in their videos, some people just sent a short text of why they joined Toastmasters and why they are still in Toastmasters. So you can use that. That's one approach to go about it. The other way to do that is after the meetings, you can just stop a few people and ask them, oh, is it okay for me to do a video of you? I'm just going to ask you why you joined Toastmasters and why you're still in Toastmasters. Or I just want to get a short testimonial from you. 30 seconds. Don't tell them to do it for 5 minutes, because the truth is no one watches it for 5 minutes, and I don't want to talk to you for 5 minutes and have you in front of me doing that video of me. So I would say tell them 30 seconds, you give them a timeline and tell them exactly what they're doing. So that makes it easy for them to talk about it, and you do the video. I think getting them immediately after the meeting is an easier way to get it. And once you do the first one and everyone sees that a couple of people are responding and are doing it, different people want to be a part of it. If it just takes one person to start it, and once you get 1, 2, you'll be surprised at how much they'll flood your emails with videos. I hope that answers your question, Mimi.
Yeah, thank you so much. Another question, one more, is about the hashtag. I am not sure like how effective that is, and so I don't really put the hashtags, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on like whether it's really like, you know, effective, you feel like.
I think the hashtag is very good. I think that when you use the hashtag, people easily find you when you use the hashtag. Like the Motivation Monday that I was doing at the time, if you put in on Google and try to find Motivation Monday, apart from my post, you see other posts. So I think it's very, very good in terms of getting your message out there, people finding you easily, people that normally you wouldn't be sending messages to or tagging in your post. So I think it's very good for messaging. And for the clubs, for all the clubs I've been VPPR, I always have the hashtag for the clubs. So, and grow it over time. You see less than 100 posts. When you get up to 100, it says less than 1,000 posts. Then you know that you're going viral very slowly, you know. So I think the hashtag is very good for your post.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Mimi.
Madam PRM, there's some questions in the chat. And first of all, thanks very much to Region 10 PR Kurt. He's answered a couple of questions on a brand manual. He's posted that, and he's posted link to templates. So one question for you: strategies to employ for a corporate club.
So that's a great one. I would say that it's very much not so much different from what you do with the community, but when you're dealing with professionals, you want to be professional as well. I wouldn't say that they'll be too different from the strategies that we've looked at. You want to also look at the people that you're trying to target. When you're talking about the corporate club, are you struggling with getting members within the organization to join your Toastmasters club? Or are you trying to, what's the problem? What strategies are you looking for?
So maybe the person who asked the question can elaborate on that. Would you like to them to elaborate on that question? I'm trying to find who. That came from, is it Lacey Jane Rain? Do you want to elaborate on that question too?
Yeah. She wants to talk, that would be good.
Okay. Whilst they're thinking about it, another question is they want you to, can you show the slide again where they can get help, the resources slide? Can you show that one again? Someone would like to see that.
Yeah. Can you see the slide, yeah?
No, that's questions. You want to go back before? You need to go back a couple of slides there. Yes. So. You may want to take a
And I think
screenshot.
Craig put some things there as well.
Okay, I said a couple of questions on where the brand manuals. Let's see what else has come in. Someone wants you to explain what you meant by a gavel club. Do you want to explain that briefly? I think you mentioned it in passing.
What was that question?
Explain what is a gavel club.
That club is for, I think you should tell them about that club, Elizabeth. That's a club for the younger people, I think it is.
Yeah, it's basically a Toastmaster, a club for run along Toastmasters lines, but what they do doesn't contribute to your DCP. So you may, for example, have an after school club that runs as a gavel club, not a youth leadership that can run as a gavel club. You have gavel clubs in prisons. So they run along Toastmasters lines, as I say, but they don't contribute to your any DCP goals or anything. You're just spreading the word differently. And maybe people in District 81, if anyone's doing gavel clubs, you may want to speak up and answer that question. Okay. What is the youngest age to become a gavel club member?
Craig has put in.
It's usually under 18, under 18. So you're looking at sort of school age. It's under 18. As I said, you can also have over 18 gavel clubs, for example. I know some prison clubs are classed as gavel clubs. Back to your topic. Yeah. How did you identify the pain points specific to your district or club so that your strategy could be more targeted?
That's a great question, actually. So for me, one of the things I worked off, I carried out a research as well to find out what people really wanted, especially when I wanted to run different initiatives. I carried out a research, and the responses from the research actually informed most of the things that I did. But in coming to PR as its own, like I said at the start, I was VP PR twice. And there were a lot of things that I wanted as a VPPR in terms of support that I didn't get. One was I wanted to get access to more tools. They were available, but I didn't have the information and I didn't know where to get them. I wanted to be more connected to a body. I wanted to see my pathway for growth. I wanted to have someone that would look at what I was doing and tell me how I was doing. So when I became PR manager, I knew that I wanted to answer those questions I had in me as a vice president public relations. So I knew I was going to work very closely with my VPPRs. I was going to try as much as possible to reward their efforts. I was going to offer them all the tools and the trainings that they required. Well, not all, because I only had 1 year, but the necessary ones like Canva, the social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I also thought that giving them opportunities as well to step up, not just being those people behind the brand, creating flyers and posting the flyers, but people actively coming out and talking about what they're doing. So we had the PR ambassadors. So in answer to that question, I did a research to find out what the needs was for the people in the district. And also I used my own experience of what I wanted to see as a VPPR to that inform my decision. I hope that answered your question.
We have a raised hand also.
We have, thank you.
And someone has very kindly put the official definition of gavel clubs. There's a link in the chat. So if you want the sort of detail, the sort of explanation, it's there in the chat. So thanks, Carnidra. Thanks for putting that in there. Okay. What else have we got?
We just had a raise hand from Shadia, I think.
Yes, thank you very much. I have one question because my internet cut off a few minutes ago and I didn't know if it was already asked, but is this training going to be available on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Thank you. Which channel specifically? Sorry.
We will be sharing that in the chat.
Okay, thank you very much.
I cannot see any new questions, Madam PRM.
Okay, so past PRM. So I'll just share my screen now and we'll look at Canva very briefly. By a show of hands, how many people here already use Canva? Okay, that's good. So how many people do not use Canva? Only 3 people. Okay, that's good. And how many people well, I suppose everyone uses Canva, so let me keep the last question to myself. Thank you very much. So I'll just share it briefly. That means I don't need to do a lot, which is good. So we all have a Canva account. And how many people know about the brand, Toastmasters brand? Show of hands. Okay, so I don't really need to talk much. We all know Canva. I'm just going to talk briefly about Canva. And as a bonus today, I'll share the link to all my designs in District 71, and you can edit them, change them to District 81 if you want. You can change the meeting invites. So it will make it very easy and quick for you to share your meeting invites. So
Madam PRM, I just noticed that PRM Kajitan is in your audience.
oh, wow. It's very interesting to have you here today, Kajitan. And thank you very much for all your support last year. And thank you very much because my first training in Canva was actually Kajitan's training. So thank you very much, Kajitan, for coming to join us here today.
You're most welcome, Angela. It's always a pleasure to listen to you.
So we all know Canva. I will go there, just talk about it briefly and share the link. So these were the designs we did as, well, a district last year. So for those of us that do not know Canva, Canva has the free version and it has the paid version. Let me see if I can get to a new Canva page. I put the link to the brand manual in the chat. So you create an account, and to create a poster, you just go to create, which I'm sure all of us know. If it's an Instagram post, this was a template for my newsletter last year as well. So if you want an Instagram post, you click on that and it gives you the templates. I will always start with my colors. So you can change, you can pick any templates you want to take from here if you're doing the Canva. Or you can pick your elements. If you want to upload your images, you go to upload. My Toastmasters images will be very far now because I haven't done anyone lately. Let's see if I can look for.
Toastmaster Angela, just a quick one here. Do you use the free or paid version for your designs?
I use the paid version. So a lot of the features I will have will be, I will have all the features because I use a paid version. But anyways, if you don't have them here, like I don't, you can go to you need to just go and download the image from wherever you're downloading it from. So let's say Toastmasters logo. Logo. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. I save image as, that doesn't look like a good logo. So let me take this one. Save image as TM logo. Logo. Save as downloads. And I come back to my design. So if you're trying to upload an image, you go to upload files and click on logo, and the logo appears on your page, right? So let's say we want to add a, what did that happen there? I didn't see the logo. Let me change the color. So if we go back to our brand, manual, so if I want the red, I can just take the color, which is, come back to my Canva design. That's it there for me. So we go back to my upload. So it's uploaded here to the images, and I can pick it up from here and I just removed the background. So if you have the free version, you will not have the background remover. Yeah. So that's my Toastmasters logo, and that's the color. So I go to text. I will pick the, yeah. And I can just do Toastmasters, kill there, Toastmasters Club. That's my home club. Toastmasters Club. And I can change the font, reduce the font. So if I'm reducing the font, I'm going to, is everyone following me? Because it looks like I'm doing my thing here.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you can just reduce the fonts. So
The Toastmasters font should be Montserrat.
yes, or Gotham, or there are a few ones that you can use. So it's always, well, for me, I always open the brand manual to ensure that I'm brand compliant. After a while, you get used to it, and you might not need to use, you might not need to have the manual open side by side. Or I always say to the VPPRs that I mentor that they should open it and have the right colors, the right color numbers, the right voice, I suppose, the right font as well. You know, so it's useful to have that open so that you're sure that you're using the right thing. I just use Gotham. That's the one. So that Canvas Sans is the one that appears by default, or you use Montserrat as well, whichever one you prefer. Be careful because that did not go for all. What the hell? Yeah,
I
so
have a question. The logo from Toastmasters supposed to be on the left hand, right?
yes,
You have it on the right hand.
I know.
Okay.
So I put it here and just ensure that it's so whatever really works, it works.
Okay.
So you can put it on the left if you prefer to have it on the left. Sometimes I put it down.
I read somewhere where it can be on the right or lower left. Once it's visibly enough and there is enough space around the logo. Yeah.
Thanks for that. So you can have your text, you can have your images, you remember the things. That's why I always say open the brand manual. You're not allowed plants, you're not allowed babies, you're not allowed, there are things that you're not allowed. So you want to open the brand manual beside you. I've thrown in the link there. You can always use that when you're creating your designs. I think if you have specific questions at this stage, you should just ask. So with the clubs as well, well, for the new club that we have, we're doing the meetings, we put the meeting number. So if you want to add that to your, if you want to add that as well to your posters, so meeting 001 or 052. That will be as small as possible. So like check elements for check, sorry, someone speaking, people speaking or speaking. So you can have something like this. You can decide to have transparency, or you look for microphone. So something that reflects your theme. I would always do use something that reflects my theme for the theme of the meeting for the picture. So it could be starting afresh or having a great new start, yeah? And if I go to elements and click put start, sometimes you see different things. Images, photos. So I like this one, right? And you can remove the background. So even if you have new beginnings, add the text of new beginnings, add sub-heading. Someone has asked me before that where do I get the ideas for the photo? That's where I get the ideas. I think about what the theme is and put it in elements. Sometimes I go online to Google, sometimes even ChatGPT, list different kind of photos that could reflect new beginnings. New beginning. So that's the theme. Some people might want to write the theme, and some people might want to write the theme. Some people might just want to do it with a picture. So I will do the picture. Then what's another important thing for the meeting? The time, and if it's on Zoom, you want to put the Zoom details, /address, date and time. Another important thing to know for the image is that it's well, you can this is 100% now. You can use transparency to increase or decrease the way it shows. So if you look at the photo now, you can see that the photo is getting less and less visible. I don't like my pictures this bright on the poster. So that just depends on you and what you like. So I would use this to increase it or decrease it. So this, well, is not complete, but we know how to upload our photo to it. We know how to get ideas of the kind of photo to get. We have important things like the Zoom details. I like to put everything in one, sometimes in one site, so that is not everywhere is not text heavy. I try to make sure that my posters are not text heavy, more of the image to communicate the message. This meeting number could be at the top, it could be at the bottom. It depends on how you like it, you know. I think I've touched the important things that you need to know. You know how to upload photos. So when you upload the photo from your download, for example, it comes first of all to your Canva thing. So let's take this one back. It comes first of all onto your Canva, and you can now click on it to bring it onto your design. Yeah. So I'm happy to take any questions or anything you want to know about them, about Canva designs. Let me look for the other design that I have. Yeah, I'm going to share this link with you. So if you want to share a link to your designs, you want people to see it, you can just go to share on the Canva, copy the link and send to the person. Then if you want to download it as well, you come to download here and you download it and send the image over. And you can print with Canva. You can share from Canva as well to your social media network. You know, there's a lot that you can do with Canva now. So let me just copy that link and share it with you on the chat box. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them relating to your designs.
Hi, Rosemary speaking. I'm from Dominica. I have a question with a photo that was used, and we were told that according to the theme, we could put a photo. But then in some instances, we are told the meeting, the photos or whatever we are putting on our flyers should not be according to the theme. It should be engaging in a meeting setting as per the brand. So now can we use those type of photos?
Okay, so what I talked about now is personal preference, right? I don't like text heavy photos. I don't like text heavy designs. I would rather use my photos to communicate what the meeting is like. We all know that we're coming to a Toastmasters meeting and we're all coming to speak. It's a public speaking environment. I'm trying to communicate having new beginnings, fresh starts. As long as I am using actual pictures, I'm not using things that are not compliant with the brand, I think I'm fine. If I have a photo of me, well, I suppose we know the kind of photos that we want to have. We don't want to have bad X-rated photos or naked photos or those kind of things. I don't think you have a problem. I like to communicate my messaging by photos. So I do that and ensure that I'm sticking with the brand. I'm not using plants, I'm not using babies, you know, so.
Thank you.
Can't continue to you can't continue to have one picture. I think it will be boring. My personal opinion. I think it will
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, I think it would be boring to continuously have a man having a microphone in front of him to convey public speaking or convey having to be. If I know that part of what we try to do within our club, even as Kildare Toastmasters Club, we try to make sure that the meeting is engaging. We try to make sure that if we're having, like, if it's Christmas, our theme is Christmas, people are coming in and wearing Christmas jumpers. If it's Halloween, we're wearing our costumes. So we try as much as possible to ensure that the goal is met by ensuring that, we do our pathways, we teach our people public speaking, we share our ideas, we mentor people, but we try as much as possible to be a fun environment. If a young person comes to your club and everybody's sitting down and looking at one screen where somebody's talking about public speaking, trust me, they won't come again. I am over 40. I won't even come to your place. But today I came in here, I saw music, I heard prayers, I loved it. I quickly took a screenshot of your agenda and I put it in my own club group and said, this is where it is. This is really nice. So it's different. I've been to another Toastmasters club. It's Toastmasters for club golf, actually. And they had this Zoom master on the day. And it was during the break, he was playing music. It was really, 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 really nice. So you want to come to a meeting, as much as we're promoting our educational program, we want to keep our members engaged. We want to make it look like it's a fun environment as well. So we're not leaving school to come back to school as Toastmasters. We're leaving school to come back to a group that we enjoy being part of. And part of what I enjoy in the environments I like to stay, it's fun. You know, I want to see the other part of Toastmasters, the human part of it that is not always holding the microphone. Sorry, maybe I went too far there, but yes, sometimes this thing has to do with what we think will work best for our clubs.
Indeed.
Toastmaster Angela.
Yeah.
Is it possible that you could share an email address where Toastmasters can reach you, as we have to wrap up now?
Yeah, I will put that in the chat, and I will also put the link that I talked about in the chat, if that's okay.
That will be wonderful. Are there any closing remarks from you?
So I have the link to the Toastmasters, the designs, right? They are brand compliant, and we have the ones on the brand portal as well. So you can always tweak them and use them for your club. And if you have any questions at all, my email is going to be in the chat box. Feel free to send me a message, or feel free to reach your district public relations manager. She has me on WhatsApp, and she can always come to me as quickly. And I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you.
Yeah, Francesca.
All right, yeah, I needed to unmute myself. Toastmaster Angela, thank you so very, very much for taking the time out to be here this afternoon with us for this most informative session. I was highly intrigued, highly engaged, and I know I speak for everyone here. I learned a lot from this session in this short space of time. I'm really highly appreciative of that. Thank you for bringing along your chat monitor, Toastmaster Elizabeth. Thank you for that. And we really, really appreciate this session. I would also like to take the time out to thank our Zoom master this afternoon, Toastmaster Sweden, who did an excellent job starting things up and keeping things rolling. The rest of first and also, very importantly, our PRM, Distinguished Toastmaster Milushka, for actually coming up with and organizing this excellent session. Thank you very much. And the rest of your team who assisted in organizing, doing all the background stuff. The logistics managers, thank you very much for seeing to it that everything went smoothly. Our young lady, AD Najuma, who did our invocation, prayer and invocation. Thank you very much. I know personally that it was a little bit tricky for you. You had to stop at the side of your traffic because you were running late, but thank you very much for still stepping in and doing this. A Toastmaster of this session, Distinguished Toastmaster Lorella, thank you so ever so much for carrying us through the proceedings this afternoon. So I would really love to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And if I forgot anyone, it was not on purpose. I am trying to rush because I know we are a little behind time. Thank you ever so much, everyone who was involved in this session this evening. And I hand the virtual lectern back over to our Toastmaster of the event.
Thank you, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Fran. And I will pass now the words to our PRM manager, distinguished Toastmaster Milushka Rosal.
Thank you. Thank you all for assisting to our first District 81 training. I want to thank our trainer, Toastmaster Angela. Thank you for accepting to be part of District 81's first PR training and laying the foundation for the impact that we want to do in District 81 also and all over the world, because we know we had persons all over the world joining us today. So thank you very much. And we appreciate you. And I know for sure we will stay in contact because we want to make Toastmasters known to the entire world. So Toastmasters will not be a well-kept secret anymore. Thank you so much to everyone to joining us today, taking part. I know for sure that you will be making your plans, showing your stories, as DTM and Toastmaster Angela said. Storytelling is all about PR also. Make it happen. We want to see your stories, share it with us, hashtag District 81, and we will be noticing you on social media also. Thank you so much for joining us today. Toastmaster of the Day, Lorella.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Milushka, our PRM, and we will say till the next. We will meet again on October 12th for our next PRM training. Bye-bye.